This lesson is all about the email that always works. This is a tool that I created while I was a student at Harvard Business School and Harvard Kennedy School. I got paid to teach it to my Harvard Business School classmates, and now I'm teaching it to you. This tool will empower you to successfully reach out to and connect with students and recent alumni of top business schools, policy schools, med schools, law schools, social work, education, MFA, whatever, you name it. The truth is, reaching out to these people can feel a bit intimidating at first. I get it, but here's the good news. It doesn't have to be. What if I told you there's a magic formula, an email template that when used correctly, almost always results in a positive response? Sounds good. So let's get to it. Networking is an art, and your initial outreach is your canvas. When done, it's going to open many doors for you. It's going to help you connect with potential mentors, build relationships with people who've walked the path you're about to embark on, and might even help you land that dream admission, scholarship, or job that you're aiming for. So what does this magical email look like? Here it is. First, your subject line is going to use brackets. In those brackets, you're going to put whatever your point of connection is with the person you're reaching out to. For example, if you're reaching out to somebody who went to the same college as you, but then also went to one of your target schools, in the brackets, you're going to put the college that you went to. I went to Pomona College, so I would put into brackets PO, that means Pomona, and then I would do an apostrophe 06, which means I graduated 2006. Everyone who went to Pomona or one of the Claremont colleges of which Pomona is a part would know what that means. So in the brackets, you would just put whatever your connection is. It might be that you are both from the same indigenous tribe, or you are both members of the same sports organization. Whatever it is, you put your point of connection in the brackets. Then the subject outside of the bracket says request to chat about, and then the specific thing you want to chat about. Here's what the email body looks like. Dear recipient's name, my name is Kaneisha Grayson, and I'm a recent alum of Pomona College, as well as from Austin, Texas. So you only tell them that if the point of connection is where you went to college. If the point of connection is that you are both members of the same indigenous group, or you're both members of the same sports organization or whatever, then that's what you mention. Then next, you tell them how you found their information. I found your information via LinkedIn, and I am writing to see if you have 15 minutes to chat with me about your experiences at Harvard Business School and Harvard Kennedy School. I appreciate any advice you may have for me. I'm interested in applying there for a joint degree in the upcoming fall. If you are free, I am available during the following times. And then you let them know what time zone your availability is in. It's best to put the availability in their time zone. Then you want to list about a week's worth of availability. Don't give them more than that, and it should be very specific availability. And then you could say, thank you, Kaneisha, like your name, and then you put your phone number right there. This template works because it is brief, concise, to the point, formatted, respectful of their time, specific, and it provides an easy way for them to respond. But there are a few keys to really nailing this email. 1, target your quote unquote tribes. So you want to connect with people who share similar backgrounds or interests as you. They'll naturally have more affinity with you, and they're more likely to respond to your email, help you out, and be candid on the call when you do connect. 2, keep it short and sweet. Brevity is the soul of wit, especially in networking emails. Make sure your email is concise, direct, and respectful of the recipient's time. Think about it. Many people check their emails on their phone. You want your subject line and the body of the email to be as concise and scannable and readable as possible. I do not recommend you include a link to a calendar for them to go to your calendar and book a time. I know this sounds old school and it seems more convenient for them to just go book a time, but I am very against that. To me, it comes across as reaching out to someone for a favor and then giving them homework to do. So I don't recommend that. And I've talked it over with one of my mentors who's very successful in academia as a tenured professor and as a multi-million-dollar business owner, and she agrees with me. So do not send them a link to your Calendly. Next, include your number. Make it easy for them to reach you. You'd be surprised how many people might just pick up the phone and call you immediately. So don't send this email unless you are ready to possibly receive an immediate phone call. That was number 3. Number 4, stay positive and efficient. When you do get on the call with them, keep it short and positive. You want them to associate you with efficient communication and good feelings. Even if you're having a great time speaking to them, do not go over the 15 minutes that you requested, because you do not want them to think of you as that really lovely person who takes up way too much of their time. You don't want to leave the person with a hangout hangover, which is my made up phrase for that weird feeling you get when you spend too long with someone, even if you like them. Number 5, don't be a last minute Larry or a last minute Linda. Of course, I want you to ask for help, but don't ask for help at the very last minute. Ask for help in advance. Nobody likes being put on the spot or rushed. Number 6, follow up. Keep in touch with them afterward and let them know what happens with the advice that they gave you. This isn't just about this one application and getting their help for this one application. You are building your network for the future. As for the actual call, here is a basic script you can use. First, confirm if it's still a good time to talk. Then thank them for their time. Next, briefly introduce yourself and why you contacted them. Then you can ask them about what schools they applied to and why they chose those schools. Then you can ask them questions about applying to the school in specific that they went to and what that was like for them. You can also ask them what they wish they knew when they started the application process. You can also ask them who else they recommend you speak to. Then be sure to wrap up the call on time, even if they seem willing to chat with you longer. Remember, it's your responsibility to manage the time and the conversation, as well as the tone of the conversation. Stick to these guidelines, and I promise you'll see a significant increase in the effectiveness of your outreach and networking efforts. So there you have it. The email that always works. Go forth and network like a pro, my wild cards. And remember, this isn't just about getting into school. This is about learning how to genuinely, authentically, and effectively build connections and relationships that will last far beyond the application process. So always approach each of these interactions with respect, curiosity, and authenticity. Happy emailing!